Welcome to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, founder of the Reiki Business Collective and creator of the Build Your Reiki Business program, sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Greetings, welcome, and thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing. Of course, as always, I am honored and grateful to have you here, so thank you. In this week's episode, we're talking about staying positive on our Reiki business journey. But first, I do want to just briefly mention that the Build Your Reiki Business program, the world's most comprehensive Reiki business program, is again open for enrollment. You can learn more at standingstoneshealing.com/build and join us right now. Yes, the link is below. And the brand new program, the Distance Reiki Business Builder, is now available for enrollment. And yes, you can start right now in this self-paced program. You can learn more and start at standingstoneshealing.com/distancebiz. And finally, in case you haven't heard, I am so honored and excited to be hosting the world's first live online Reiki Business Summit in November. Registration is now open at a special early bird price, so don't miss out. standingstoneshealing.com/summit and reserve your seat right now. Thank you. Staying positive on our Reiki business journey is not easy, and it's a challenge that I hear again and again from my Build Your Reiki Business members and from my Reiki business building clients, and even, yes, indeed, in my own experience. So this is an important topic and one that, frankly, we all need. And if we don't need it right now, we will need it at some point, that is for sure. Building a Reiki business isn't easy. Yes, it's incredibly rewarding. Yes, it's also a lot of fun, and it's very fulfilling. And it also is not without its challenges. Things happen on our Reiki business journey. Maybe we are struggling to find clients. Maybe no one is calling us up or scheduling or booking. Maybe we are challenged to have people sign up for our classes. Maybe we create Reiki-infused products and we're finding some challenges with selling some of them, or maybe even all of them. Maybe we have some technological issues. Maybe we've got time conflicts and we're challenged to manage our time and fit in time for our Reiki business. I actually do have a past podcast episode on that topic. But the fact is that there is no shortage of challenges on our Reiki business journey. And with all of the challenges, no matter what they might be, it can indeed be challenging to stay positive on our Reiki business journey. It can be challenging to have a positive attitude and even to keep going on our Reiki business journey. You know, the challenges can sometimes feel too much to surmount. It can feel rather mountainous in terms of those challenges and our ability to overcome them. And so we may feel disappointed. We may feel upset. We may feel angry or sad. We may even feel like a failure on our Reiki business journey. And I will admit that there are points on my Reiki business journey where I have felt like a failure, and I will still feel like a failure. And I expect that in the future, I'll have some of those feelings again. And that's not because I am a failure. It's not because my Reiki business is a failure. That's certainly not true. But it's simply because that the challenges can get us down and can have us feeling all kinds of feelings. And so the first thing that I really want to encourage us with for staying positive is to recognize and honor that we do all have challenges on our Reiki business journey, that we do all experience the challenges. Even when we have a great Reiki business and things are going well, we're still going to have challenges, and we're still going to have moments, days, even weeks or months in which we are challenged to stay positive. And so the first thing I really want to encourage you with is that you're not alone. That when you feel those feelings of feeling less than positive about your Reiki business, of feeling upset, sad, disappointed, angry, confused, overwhelmed, that you're not alone. And when we feel those feelings, it doesn't mean that our Reiki business is not meant to be. It doesn't mean that we don't love what we do. It doesn't mean that we are any less of a Reiki business owner or a Reiki practitioner. It simply means that this is part of the experience and part of the process. You know, one of the things that is so true about being a business owner, a Reiki business owner, is that there are lots of emotional ups and downs. It is an emotional roller coaster. And so one minute you might be very excited because you've just had someone schedule and you're thinking, wow, this is great. I'm so excited. I have a brand new client. And then the next moment you are upset because no one has signed up for your workshop. Know that the emotional ups and downs, the emotional roller coaster, are completely normal, absolutely normal. And sometimes those roller coasters, those ups and downs, that roller coaster is a moment to moment thing. You know, things are great, you're feeling good, and then, oh no, your computer crashes, or your scheduling software goes out, or your website goes down. You know, any and all of those things could happen at any time. And so the encouragement here, first and foremost, for staying positive is to recognize that you are going to have times when you don't feel positive about your Reiki business or your Reiki business journey. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be a Reiki business owner. It doesn't mean that you love Reiki any less. It doesn't mean that you're just not cut out for it. It simply means that we all have those experiences, that we all have those challenges and those moments. Even those days, or sometimes weeks or months, that happens too. So when you feel less than positive about your Reiki business, please know that that is normal and natural. That is to actually be completely expected. You know, anything that we love, there are ups and downs with it, right? You know, think about a relationship that you have that you really enjoy and that's very meaningful to you. That relationship has ups and downs. It's not always 100% of the time positive. There are things that come up, there are challenges that arise, there are difficult discussions to be had, there are things that you wish they did not do, things that annoy you. And so even with something very positive, like a relationship that we love and hold dear, there are times when we feel less than positive about the relationship when challenges arise. And so I think that we can think of our Reiki business journey as a relationship in that way too. That things are going to come up, things are going to arise. You can't always guess exactly how things are going to go and what challenges might come up. And, maybe there are times when the Reiki business is just leaving its dirty socks on the floor and it's annoying. So, okay, it's normal, it's natural, it can last for a time. What else? Well, this is especially common when we are in the first few years of our Reiki business. So it's especially common to have a hard time staying positive on our Reiki business journey in the first few years of our Reiki business, because during this time, our Reiki business is really gaining its footing. We are establishing ourselves as a Reiki business owner. We are navigating the landscape of being a Reiki business owner and just being a business owner. It is a challenge oftentimes with the time management, sorting things out, figuring things out, getting organized. There's a lot to learn and a lot of mistakes to be made. And so in the first few years of your Reiki business especially, you're going to have some real ups and downs and even moments of, why am I doing this? I should just quit. I know for me in my Reiki business, in the first few years of my Reiki business journey, I remember having those feelings. I remember having those moments. Even from time to time, I might still have those moments every once in a while. Of course, I'm definitely not going to quit. But I will still even have those moments of, oh my gosh, it would just be so much easier to just go work for someone else. And then I remind myself that no, in some ways, in many ways, it might not be. And I don't want to do that. And I do love what I am doing. And it is a true blessing. And so know that even established Reiki business owners who have thriving Reiki businesses have those moments from time to time where they feel less than positive. And so especially know that that roller coaster of emotions is most pronounced in the first few years of your Reiki business, as really we find our way as Reiki business owners. So to help us stay positive, for me on my Reiki business journey, when I'm feeling those feelings of feeling less than positive, some of the things that I like to do to keep myself positive, first and foremost, number one, is to practice gratitude and to turn the focus to the things in my Reiki business that I am grateful for. Thankfully, it's a very long list. And so when I might have a challenge, I will think of things that I am grateful for rather than focusing on the things that aren't going as well. Like I mentioned, this was especially helpful for me in the first few years of my Reiki business when I had more of those feelings. I don't have them as much now, but when I was having those feelings and feeling challenged to stay positive, I would focus on gratitude. And I am a firm believer in the power of gratitude. Of course, it is one of the precepts, and so it is incredibly powerful. And I was practicing gratitude and an active proponent of gratitude before I was introduced to Reiki and to the precepts. And so I've been a big believer in the power of gratitude for years. It is the number one practice of my 7-way path set of transformative practices. And so I firmly believe that practicing gratitude can really help to shift our mindset, including right directly in the moment. And so focusing on the things that I am grateful for when I'm feeling less than positive is something that really helps me and has been very beneficial. Another piece of encouragement with staying positive is to be in the moment and to stay in the present moment. I do think that gratitude is really helpful for us with this, but just simply being in the moment and focusing on the present moment, because everything that we need is right here in this present moment. You know, there's a great saying by Master Rinzai, a Buddhist monk, and he was fond of asking, what at this moment is lacking? What at this moment is lacking? And the answer is nothing. Nothing is lacking. Each moment is full and complete in and of itself. And so when we find ourselves feeling less than positive on our Reiki business journey, when we are staring at a blank schedule or a bunch of Reiki-infused jewelry that didn't sell at the store, taking a deep breath and recognizing that everything is okay right now in this present moment, I believe is very helpful. At least it is for me. For instance, at one point on my Reiki business journey, when I had a legal issue come up, it was challenging for me to stay positive. And definitely those were some moments when I was like, oh, it would be so much easier to go work for someone else. In those moments, I just had to take a deep breath and say, you know what, right now, everything is okay. Right now, in this moment, things are fine. Right now, I'm not in jail. I'm kidding. It was not a jail kind of a thing. Number 3 for staying positive on our Reiki business journey, of course, is practicing Reiki, practicing self-Reiki, practicing the precepts, and really allowing Reiki to support us during those challenging times. And Reiki, of course, is here to support us. And so when we feel some feelings of feeling less than positive on our Reiki business journey, you know, maybe we've just had a client leave the office and we just had maybe some feelings of wishing we had said certain things or that we hadn't said certain things, or just feeling a little unsettled about the session itself, Reiki is there for us, and Reiki is there to support us. And so let us use Reiki, practicing self-Reiki, of course, practicing the precepts, meditations, however we practice. I believe it's important and helpful for us to really lean on that self-practice and use Reiki when we're feeling less than fresh. Other things that have helped me to stay positive on my Reiki business journey is going for a walk. It's another of the 7 transformative practices of the 7-way path. And I believe walking is so powerful for helping us to change our mindset. I know that on my journey, there have been plenty of things that I have worked out through a good long walk. And so walking can really help us even better if we can get out and go for a walk in nature. Because nature is also, yes, one of the 7 practices on the 7-way path, getting into nature, but nature is so powerful for helping us to ground and for getting us out of ourselves. You know, staying positive is really about changing our mindset, flipping a switch, and helping us to reframe our experiences and what is happening. And things like gratitude and walking, nature are just so powerful for a mental switch, a reframe for changing our state of mind. And that's really what it's all about when we get into those moments of feeling less than positive about our Reiki business. It's about the change of the mindset, flipping the switch. And however we like to do that and however works for us, another way that I like to do it is through exercise. That's helpful for me as well. And even just getting up and walking away. Like, for instance, if I'm working on, let's say I'm working on updating my website and I'm feeling really frustrated about that, just getting up and walking away is really helpful for bringing in fresh energy, for helping us to stay positive and to not really spiral into negativity. I think this is the real danger on our Reiki business journey when we get these expected moments of feeling less than positive, is really kind of getting dragged down into the negativity and into feeling less than positive, to where it itself becomes a self-perpetuating state, a mindset that almost like we have a hard time getting out of. If we are in an extended time of feeling less than positive about our Reiki business journey, at this point, I would definitely recommend conducting some kind of ritual. Yes, it's another of the 7 transformative practices of the 7-way path. You know what? I'll drop the link down below to a YouTube video to learn more about the 7-way path. But at that point, what can be really helpful is conducting an intentional ritual with the intention of bringing in new and fresh energy, of making change in our lives. And so when we get into those extended times on our Reiki business journey of feeling less than positive, a ritual that signals to the brain, to the universe, that we are ready for a change can be really helpful for us on our Reiki business journey. Because one of the challenges of staying positive on our Reiki business journey is the idea that things are going to stay less than positive and that things aren't going to get better. But indeed they will. Remember, it's a roller coaster, and when we have downs on our Reiki business journey, we're going to have ups too. And so simply reminding ourselves that this too shall pass, this challenge on our Reiki business journey shall pass, the website will get fixed, the clients will schedule, the students will sign up for our classes, the legal issue will go away, reminding ourselves that nothing will last, including these challenges and feeling negative or less than positive about our Reiki business. The sadness, the confusion, the overwhelm, the anger, the disappointment, this too shall pass. And so simply remembering that the feelings that we're feeling are not going to last, I think, can be helpful for us in staying positive on our Reiki business journey. And of course, if you've had challenges with getting clients, or you've had challenges with students signing up for your classes or workshops, definitely I am here to support and encourage you. Please feel free to reach out. And of course, you are more than welcome to join us in the Build Your Reiki Business program for lots of support, lots of encouragement, lots of help building your Reiki business. So how do you stay positive on your Reiki business journey? Let us know. Share it with us in the Reiki Business Collective Facebook group, or drop it down below for us. Let us know what you think, what your thoughts are. How do you stay positive on your Reiki business journey? Sending so many blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Thanks for tuning in to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and send to a friend. Learn more about the Build Your Reiki Business program at standingstoneshealing.com/build. Sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business.